Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Five down.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 52 yards. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Now the rookie from Arizona State, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Now it's Jackson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Joe Schobert with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Bridgewater now from the 50. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nelson Aguilar with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Alex Okafor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Jackson from the shotgun. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Watching that, Barney.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. He'll take it at the 42. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now the rookie from Alabama, it's Bo Scarborough. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. Now Scarborough, and an alley to run. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
They run. This is Scarborough. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw is Bridgewater. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And they've got it here with a first down.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Nice job there defensively on third down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. A gain of 3, second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now Balaj. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. This is McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one. That's it, baby.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Balaj. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
To me, this isn't even a question. I think that they'll go. When they have a chance to put a dent in the lead, even with a whole second half to play, I think they have to do it. This isn't a risk. This is a necessity.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Flushed out right. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, Kamara. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Bridgewater on first down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Scarborough. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And Gostkowski's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Pitching it out to McCaffrey, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Over!
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Lucky 56. Flag 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit! Over!
From the gun, Jackson. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. A reminder, 4 more games set to kick off later this afternoon. Chiefs, Chargers, Seahawks and the Broncos, Redskins and Cardinals, and then the Cowboys against the Panthers. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On third down, Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep rights, and this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 39 yards. And the Bills draw a bit closer. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Now the backup Kaiser to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Back to the NFL scoreboard for his third quarter in Indy. And it's now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Bengals. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early, and that'll set them back 5. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. It's caught at the 10. They give him a gain of 37. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Back now in Baltimore. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They come out here in the eye. They'll try and sneak it here. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Lamar Jackson making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A 10th carry for Kamara. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Kaiser on 1st down. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Melvin Ingram in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. Well, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent games, steady games. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
McCaffrey evades him at the 20, and down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll run with McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They run with the lash. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. But it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away as we just saw there.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Melvin Ingram. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And they take a knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Boswell's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Kaiser. Now a desperation throw deep dip, and that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time for the Ravens, and even 50 yards. Kaiser to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one. I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing week 1 and 1-0 after going down to that knee. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was